Gerald says it's 7 o'clock on Tuesday. Check it out, Tuesday. This is Tamara's Paper Trail. I am Tamara. Who's hanging out with me tonight? Who's popped in to see what I am up to, which I still haven't decided? It's Tuesday. Yes, I have been down here for a while. And then I ended up with so many ideas, I can't decide what it is I want to do. I want to do all the things, and there's not enough time to do all the things. Hi, Teresa. I have so many things I want to try, and then I've started trying them. I'm like, oh, I should wait, not try this until I'm live, but then I'm going to run out of time. And there are 3 or 4 or 5 things I want to do tonight, but there's not enough time for all that. So I'll try to keep the rambling to a minimum, and we'll just start and see what happens, because I don't know, could all go sideways. You just never know. Shayla's in the house. Hi, Coral. Anybody else? Who else? I've got, there's 15 sets of eyes on me, so there's more people in there. Hey, Shayla. I know, playing and then you can't, I know, right, Shayla? You start, and then my mind was going crazy. I'm like, oh, I'm going to do a Halloween card, and I'm going to use the new washi tape. And then, oh, the new washi tape, I could use that on that technique. Oh, no, I need to use the punch, but that doesn't have a sentiment. And then, so now my desk has all the things. I've got, hi, Marcella. Hi, Tracy. Tracy, this is odd. See, now Tracy, your comment shows up as Tracy. Yesterday it showed up as Tamara's Paper Trail. Very strange. Hi, Dana. Yeah, so my desk was clean an hour ago, and now I've got 5 stamp sets pulled. I've got all the things. Punch it. I got all the things. So stop yammering on, Tamara, and get on with something that I know I want to do, because I'm going to do that one first. Hi, Elizabeth. How are you? A very grumpy Jennifer. No, Jennifer. Hi, Mary from Phoenix. How's the weather in Phoenix? Should I ask Jennifer, do I want to know why you're grumpy? I don't think, no. Mindset. Change your mindset. Do something nice for somebody. Random act of kindness, and that'll change you from being grumpy. Started and stopped 5 cards. Right, me too. Crazy. Figured out I had to change. Oh, in 2 places. So Trace, okay, so that showed as me. There you go. Now we know. All right. Let's get busy. Okay, then I won't ask Jennifer, because no, we don't need to bring down the vibe, sister. No, we'll just watch me and be happy. It's contagious, right? Happiness is sort of contagious. And if nothing else, you get to laugh at me. Am I crazy? All right, so here's what I'm going to show you tonight. Who doesn't like a simple 1-layer card? Now, I just got to say, does this not look like, okay, Tamara, that's designer paper, and this, you die cut this out and you popped it up. Hi, Trina. No, this is a single piece of paper. It is just ink and paper and masking. Now, I know I've done this before, but hey, there could be some new people in here, and this is just another way to showcase some of the products we use, and so I'm doing it because I think this is freaking awesome. I love, oh, my little guy scooched over. No scooch. Why don't you have a sticky? He doesn't have a sticky. Why are you not sticking? I know this die is everything, Trina. So this was the it still is the Aspen die that is available in the Perched on a Tree bundle, and it was it was an offering for free during celebrations with a $120 order. So I'm hoping some of you took advantage of that. Hi, Bev. Uh-oh, computer's running quite slow. Oh, yes. Power grids. You know, you take so much for granted, hey, Bev? Yeah, you guys. Stay safe. Don't charge your electric cars. Okay. Anyway, yes, it saves on postage when it's just a look at this. Like, I can't believe this is seriously just masking. Okay, so Kathy likes to see new things. Good. So I'm going to jump right in, and I'm going to bring in, now there are 2 ways to do this card. I did it the old Tamara way, which was, hey, make a mask out of cardstock. Use your painter's tape, stick it down, and sponge. And then as I was doing that, I went, okay, dingus, what are you doing? Don't do that. Use our fabulous masking paper, because if you'd make a mask out of cardstock, you absolutely can. Like I say, there's always more than one way to pluck a chicken. But if you make a mask like this, and then you start blending, you can move, this can move, right? Like it's not stuck down. So you have to be very careful in your blending. You need to kind of go in one direction. If you go sideways, it's going to scooch and it's not going to get this really crisp pattern that you want. Hi, Wendy. Hello. So if you're going to use, if you want it to work easier without having to worry about bending your paper and having it move, you're going to use our Stampin' Up! Masking paper. Complete with, oh, I was going to say complete with cat hair. No, that's not cat hair. That's just, all right. Okay. So what we're going to do here is we're going to run this, which is essentially a great big Post-it note. Now, what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to cut this down to a card front size. And a card front size is 5.5 by 4 1/4. So I'm going to go 5.5 by 4 1/4. And I'll tell you why in a minute. Oh, it's so awesome, Bev. It's so awesome. I just love it. All right, so now I'm bringing in my dude. I'm trying to make room on my desk. Most people would use a higher up shot, but I'm not that. I don't really want to. So here, let's just go. You don't have to see me doing it, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to center this as best as I can on this mask, which is card front size. Okay, so you can't see what I'm doing. You don't need to see what I'm doing. You'll see the aftermath of it. So I'm going to center it as best I can. Like that. Then I'm going to try to find, use my plate, and I'm going to run it through. Oh, and then it's going to move. Of course it is. Okay, slip it down. All right, push it through and crank. Okay, so I'm going to go forward and I'm going to go backwards. That's just the way I do it. All right, now you get to go. Yes, so here we go. So here is our mask, and it is essentially a large sticker now, but it's not so sticky that it's going to stick forever to your card stack. It's just a big Post-it note, so it's a low tack sticker. Okay, so you want to make sure you get all the little bits out. Now I'm going to bring in a card front size, again, 5.5 by 4 1/4. What is this? This is 5.5 by 4 1/4. Okay. So there's a method to my madness. I want this to be, hi, Rebecca, with the embossing paste. Ooh. Sure, why not? Why not, Trina? Do it. See, now I want to try that. And then I'm not going to get my other 4 projects done. Thanks, Trina. Thanks a lot. All right, so the reason I'm doing it like this is I'm going to now have the mask the same size as my layer. Then once I've done the sponging, I'm going to trim it down. So it's just easier to work with that way, in my opinion. So this is the mask, and I'm going to peel off the backing. Like, you guys, where were you 2 hours ago when I was trying to find ideas? Okay, so we're peeling this off ever so carefully to reveal I should have left that on, actually. I should have done this a different way. But anyway, okay, watch and learn. So now we're going to just try to, it's all flimsy. Okay, I shouldn't have taken the whole backing off. I'm going to try to line up the top. And now it's stuck to my fingers. Yeah, see, I should have left the paper backing on. But anyway, okay, so now we're going to try to, it's crooked. Of course it's crooked. Dang it, it's crooked. Oh, well. Anyway, you can see how it's crooked. But we're going to trim it anyway, so hopefully it won't be too bad. So now we have, our pieces are stuck down. Whereas with this one, if it was like this and you're trying to sponge, like I said, this can move. Well, now this isn't moving. So hopefully I'll be able to get this off without it tearing my paper. So I used for this one fresh freesia. I'm just going to move right along here. And I used rich razzleberry. So I brought in my blending brushes. Kind of love these things. And I'm just going to go hard. Now I need some scrap paper because you know it's going to make a big old mess. I don't know where my scrap. Hang on. Let's grab one of these. Let's go big. Go big. My paper pumpkin mats. Turn it over so it's not obnoxious. There we go. Something like this. Okay, let's get busy. So I'm going to go in hard with all of my, with my fresh freesia. And I'm still going to drag from the top down. It's just kind of my method. But I really want to saturate the cardstock. So I want it to be, like, it doesn't matter. I want to go just one direction, but because this is a sticker, it doesn't matter because it's not moving, man. Genius. Love it. And now we're going to have to trim this because now I'm getting ink where I don't want to have ink. But that's okay because I am going to trim it down. It's always a part of the plan. So I'm going hard with our freesia. You could do this with any color, obviously. I was thinking of blues, greens. I don't know. I was just kind of drawn to purple, thinking it might be a bit of a winter scene. I don't know. Now, I mean, this card, how cute. You could have the moose, that moose set. Tracy, what's that called? All wrapped up or whatever the moose with the toque. You could put him on there. You can use the deer or the reindeer. We've got so many different critter sets that you could die cut some of those animals out and pop them on this card and bam, you got a card. Okay, so this I'm just going full strength. Want to make sure I get all of those little nooks and crannies with my freesia. Sound effects help. Okay, so there's the freesia. Then I'm going to go in. Hey, Pat, how are you? Hi, Judy Murphy. I know, Melanie, Northern Lights. I thought of that. And I went, no. They terrify. I've tried them before, and I haven't liked them. Yes, Nancy, absolutely. This could definitely be a Halloween theme. And my next card is for you, Nancy. It's Halloweeny. So I'm going in now with my Rich Razzleberry, just along the bottom of the card, just to give it this depth, this two-tone kind of ombre effect. Somehow I figured that the dark, the bottom of a forest scene would be darker. I don't know why. Okay, so now we're ready for the big reveal, I think. So you can play with this as much as you want. But yes, this would be beautiful as Northern Lights. I actually thought of doing with this because it works with the Perched in a Tree set. This actually, okay, for those of you who have registered for my class, I think this is going to be a bonus card. Because it's like nothing. I'm not going to prep anything. I'm just going to give you the mask and you can make one of these yourself. We could do it in the class. But I was thinking, because this one says no matter the season, I'm here for you. I thought I could do like different colors to represent the different seasons. So like an orange for the fall, blue for winter, green for summer or for spring, and I don't know, something for summer. Anyway, that's didn't happen yet, but anyway. Now, let's see if I can take this mask off without it ripping the paper. I'm hoping so, because I did say it was low tack, but sometimes I lie. So, fingers crossed. Oh, it's pretty sticky. I don't know if I can do this. Oh, no. Slow and steady. You know what I'm going to do? Here, let's try a new Tamara's tip. Check this out. I am going to heat the back of it, and that should soften the tack even more. So I do this if I've got, oh, and the whole point of that was because it says no matter the season, I'm here for you. Anyway, this is a trick I do if I've got something stuck down that I want not to be stuck down. I heat set it and it peels off because it softens there. See, it's a little bit easier. There's a Tamara's tip. If something needs to be removed, use your heat gun from behind. Totally worked. God, I love it when I'm smart. Now, it's ripping the mask. That's okay. I have a question. Why go to all that trouble? Just blend on plain white and die cut over top. Yes. Well, that's what I was saying, Barb. So you must have missed at the beginning. Is that these little these bits in the middle will move, because that's how I did mine originally. But if you're not careful when you sponge, this is going to move, and then you don't get this crisp line. So well done, Jennifer, for paying attention. Now I'm ripping this off now because it's making me angry. You get the idea, and I'm going to go back in and uh-oh, did I just rip the paper? Or is that, no, I think that's the, it is a little bit more work, you're right. Anyway, you can see what's going on here. Okay. It's so striking though when it's such a crisp. Okay, this wouldn't happen with all the dies. It's just this part's really finicky, fiddly. You get the idea. Do I need to carry on? Because we have more things to do. Sponge the backing without anything. Oh, well, you could. It's just a different way to pluck a chicken. It's a single layer card, just a technique you might want to try. I don't know. Maybe you don't want to try. Maybe I don't want to try after seeing this. Oh, okay. I just ripped the paper. Okay, I got a little carried away there. But you get the idea. If you use the mask, this is how it's all gonna come down. But I did rip my paper there. Maybe no one will notice. It's so pretty. I'm rushing, right? So I can't stop now. I have to complete this. I have to finish it. Okay. Thanks for clarifying. I know you got, like, say, on Tuesdays I don't read as much as I do on the Mondays because I'm trying to create at the same time. So thank you for the sidebars and for commenting and helping out on that. So just tidying up a little bit here. So what this is just the, that was the paper. Okay. Dang it, I think. Oh no, that's still the sticker. Okay, so I could use my heat tool again. So I've got a bit of stick left here. I can just take my gum eraser. Okay, rub that off. Okay, so I had a small tear here that I'm going to put a jewel there so no one's going to notice. All right, so now I want to trim. Hang on, it's going to drive me a little bit crazy. And now I'm going to bend the paper. Sure, why not? Okay, so I'm going to trim this down now. So this is all garbage. Obviously, you can't use that mask again. Okay, so you could go over here. The garbage. Now, did I bring out a piece of rich? No, I used black. What did I use? Rich raspberry? Blackberry Bliss? I think I used Blackberry Bliss. I did for a layer behind it. So what I want to do, because this is the full card front size, I want to cut it down. Are you going to focus? Focus. We're going to go through this again, aren't we? There we go. So I want to cut this down to 4 by 5 1/4. So in order to do that in a somewhat centered way, this is right now 4 1/4. So I'm going to go in 2 ticks on this side, 2 ticks on this side, 2 ticks, 2 ticks. So this is going to be 4 1/4 less 2 ticks. Trim. Flip it. So now this is going to be at 4. Yeah, cut off that yucky bit. And then same thing here. It's 5 1/2 less 2 ticks from the bottom. They don't give you a lot of extra room on this one. Wow, no, wait, what? That was supposed to be 5 1/4. Oh, almost screwed that up. Good time. All right, now this, I did tear the actual paper. No, I didn't. That's still our sticker. Okay, I'm just taking off the rest of that masking paper. She said, wasting half of her show trying to get off the tape. Okay, there we go. So then I'm going to do a layer of Blackberry Bliss at 5 1/4. 5 1/4, yeah, by 4. Nope. 4 and 2 ticks by 5 1/4 and 2 ticks. There we go. Words are hard. Math is harder. So this is just going to give us a very small border. So many cards to make so little time. Oh my gosh, it's 7:21. Ah! Yes. Right, Nancy? Actually, you're not the Pam wasn't the first one who got offended by that. My friend Melissa and her daughter Haley used to come to classes, and I had said, yeah, there's more than one way to skin a cat, and they just gasped. I'm like, why would anybody say that? So I went, okay, well, I'm going to say there's more than one way to pluck a chicken. All right, so that's how our card is going to look, like that. I went along and I got Your Kindness Warms My Heart from the Perched in a Tree. And that I stamped in Blackberry Bliss because you want it darker so that it's really going to show. And when you're using your Blackberry Bliss, you want to make sure it's very juicy. So you're going to get good coverage. Yeah, it's just a phrase, Teresa. There's more than one way to skin a cat. I don't know where it came from. But essentially it means there's more than one way to do things. So there's, you can create a mask using cardstock. Where is my second mat? You can create a mask using our masking. Come on, there we go. Our masking masks. Okay, I didn't cut this very well at all, but that's okay. She said when it's totally not okay. And then I popped it up on dimensionals. And that's going to drive me crazy. There are only 3 on the sheet. 3. Luckily, I have 72 more sheets. So this is a 1-layer card. Of course, I looked for ways to jazz it up a little more, and I went, will you stop it? It's beautiful the way it is. I added a few gems, whatever they're called, iridescent faceted gems, 3 of those. There we go. Okay, I have to read that thread, Jennifer. I have to see what she was trying to say. But anyway, that is a 1-layer card, ombre effect, with or without tears, and I will put a, you know what, are my jewels here? Behind me, because I need to seal that little that boo-boo right there. So yes, these are called the Iridescent Rhinestone Basic Jewels, and I very much need to, where are the big ones going? There, various sizes in here. That one's going to go there. Hide that little boo-boo. That one can go down there. Put another one up here. Ta-da! Okay. That took way longer than it was supposed to. Stupid mask. Okay, but this is how I did it originally with a piece of cardstock that I can reuse this now. The other one, no, it's doomed. it's garbage, as you saw. Okay, so that was the first thing I wanted to show you. Now, the second thing I wanted to show you, what I was going to do tonight was working with our window sheets, our acetate. Yeah, you read her question wrong. Yeah, so that's why I say I want to go back and read it and see what's going on. So I want to work with acetate, i.e. our window sheets. And I saw people embossing, like heat embossing on acetate. And I don't think I've ever done that. So I thought, well, why don't we do that? But then I also wanted to use the washi tape and make a Christmas card or a Halloween card. So remember this one that I did a couple weeks ago? I could probably crack this one off pretty quick, I think, she said, confidently, not knowing how quick anything goes in her world. Let me see. Where's that? I have a card base here. Will this work? That's a little smaller. That's okay. Let's try that. Let's do it all. We're going to do all the things. I'm doing all three of them, and if it takes too long, it takes too long. So this was the floating frame. So I'm starting with a card base. And we're doing it again because I wanted to try it Halloween-like. This is going to be my top. Now, we need to make this center. So I'm going to grab a piece of acetate. And where did I even put? I had stuff right here. So I say acetate. Stampin' Up! Says window sheets. So they come in a 12 by 12 thing. You get 2 sheets, I think. However, I still have hundreds of these, which I get from our, look at that one's perfect. I get these from our photopolymer sets, right? When we get our photopolymer sets, they come on these sheets, so I save them. And this one, if you look in certain lights, you can kind of see the outline of the stamps, but for what I'm going to do, it's all covered up. So waste not, want not, ladies, right? This is free, essentially, so why would you use the paid for version? So I'm going to put this down here. Where's my, let's put this here so maybe you can see things a little bit better. I am going to use washi tape, and then I am going to cut out the circle. So what I did here is I cut little strips of paper that were 1/4 of an inch, and I couldn't mix up the pattern because that's kind of the beauty and the fun of this, is that the pattern is maintained and there's little gaps between it. It looks like it's floating. People may or may not know that there's a piece of acetate behind there. But I thought, well, let's try it with the washi tape because I bought it. Let's use it. Novel idea, Tamara. Let's bust this bad boy open and see what's what. And so I'm going to do the same idea, but instead of cutting strips, I'm going to use the washi tape. It's probably the hard way of opening it, but whatever. It works. I know, washi tape, right? I've got a bucket full of it over there, and I just can't seem to part with it. And then I go to use it, and I'm like, oh, I can't use it because then I'll run out of it. I have fear of running out. I don't know. You'd think I'd lived through the Depression or something at some point in my life. I have not. Okay, so you see what I'm going to do is I'm going to put little strips on this, but I cannot on this paper. I need to use one of my grid sheets because it's got the little dots on it. Here's some little dots, and I need these little dots to figure out what the heck I'm doing and where I'm going. So I'm going to grab, I could use washi tape, but I've got my painter's tape. And I'm just going to tape my acetate to this grid paper so that it's going to kind of stay where it needs to be. So I'm just going to take this washi tape and I'm going to find the end. She said confidently. Oh, Lord, there it is. Okay. And the beauty of this stuff is it's not paper, so I don't have to put anything sticky on the back. It's already sticky. And I don't have to cut it, and they're going to be they're going to be perfect. I know. You've got to hoard. Okay. I know. So I'm going to start by just laying, I need the pieces to be at least this long is where I'm going with why I've got this circle still down here. So I am going to put it on the dots on my grid paper. Ta-da! And then I'm just going to make a pattern. If I can find the end of all these pieces. What time is it? 7:29. Okay. So I'm going to go down and I'm just going to be able to see the second dot. Like that. Maybe, well, no, maybe I should put it right on top of the dot, second dot. So I'm going to leave one dot in between. Like that. Oh, all of a sudden I'm so hot today. Hello, where are you? And there you are. Right, Shayla? We could all use it. Maybe we could get a deal on group therapy. What do you think? So I'm going to try to leave about a dot's worth in between there. Hey, I would like to point out, you got to see this. I laughed at myself this morning. I'm like, talk about pushing outside my comfort zone. Look at all the color I'm wearing today. I busted out my fall tank top. This is like our Bravo burgundy that looks black. I'm like, way to push out the boat on color, Tamara. I am wearing dark wine today, not black. Yeah, go me. Okay, where is the end of this? Shayla, are you drunk? I don't know what that says. And I also don't know where the end of this, there it is. Oh my goodness, okay. It's like FOMO, but 4-0. Fear of running out, yes. Fear of running out. Now, I hope this is a long enough strip. Okay, so now we just have to keep repeating the pattern until I've got enough. Oh, this is going to take forever now. Oh my gosh. Okay, really? Did I not keep the end? Oh, Lord. This is a fun game. Okay, so, but we're going to do it. She said confidently. Now, is that big enough? Please be big enough. Yes, it is. Okay, so then purple. Now, I've heard when it comes to washi tape, well, actually, I heard it for tape. If you had a bread clip, you know those plastic bread clips, you put the end of the tape around one of those bread clips, and then you always know where the end of your tape is. I would use a paper clip or something. But okay. And green. So pretty. Look how pretty this is. And I might actually use up a roll of washi tape at some point. Still, you're going to want more, aren't you? One more. And I don't know where my dots are anymore. I can't even see them. They look approximately evenly spaced. Okay, so there. I better do one more just in case. I don't think this one's going to be needed, but it would make me very angry if, for the love of God, okay. If I did all this work and it wasn't quite right. All right, so now we're going to put the circle here and we're going to run it through the die cut, or the cut, whatever that thing is called. Cut and emboss machine. Oops. Goodness sakes. It's so hard being me. So very hard. All right, so we're going to try to get the black and the black on the top and the bottom evenly spaced, and we'll see how we do. Where's my top cutting pad? Where are you, top cutting pad? Where'd you go? Where'd you go? There it is, in my drawer, of course. All right, here we go. Let's do it. Gonna go back and forth a few times because we are cutting through acetate and washi tape. So you can see, yes, it is cut. Could have drawn a trace circle on your paper. Could have done that, Nancy. That would have been using my head for more than a hat rack, as my dad would say. All right, so now let's just assemble our cards. So I've got a card base. I have card layer that is 4 1/4 by 3 1/2. So we could do this. We're going to pop that up. Oh, we're going to pop that up. So we need our strips. Where are my strips? Strips. I had to buy more strips, but here are, this is what was left over. So these are literally the edges of my sheet of strips. We do not waste. So I'm just going to put these on. Oops, some of them. Like that. Peel it off. Ooh, can you use that frame with the outer washi tape? Outer washi tape. Other washi tape? You mean another frame? Don't know what you mean, Trina. Explain. Now, before I pop this in, I was thinking I should stamp a sentiment. Now, I did have trouble finding a sentiment. So here's the dealio. I wanted to use the witch hat and punch. So I did this earlier. I stamped it in Gorgeous Grape. And then I took my blends, that's light Granny Apple Green and Pumpkin Pie. And so I thought I would do something like that. And then I took the dies from the Scary Cute And hi, Jennifer Pike. I cut out the bats with adhesive strips on the back. So I knew that tonight would be a bit of a gong show, so I did this ahead. And I thought maybe we could just save some time. And now my container's falling apart. Of course it is. Why not? Okay, so I thought we could just do some bats around. Is that how the bats fly? Yeah. I got a bunch of bats. But I need a sentiment, and I can't find a current, nice, big, happy Halloween. And that makes me cranky. We've got a small boo in the cottage wreaths. We have a really small boo in the scary cute. But I don't want cutesy. I want a big, happy Halloween. So now I'm thinking, well, maybe I'll just do some bats flying around. And I'll stick those down, and then I could just do boo. I could do a boo 3 times maybe. But you know it's not going to be straight, and you know that's going to drive me a little bit crazy. Maybe I could do the boo in the different colors. What do you think? I could do the gorgeous grape, and I could do, yeah, I could maybe try that. Wish me luck. We're really going crazy now. So I'm stamping it because I wanted to stamp before I attached everything here. So if I do boo, maybe, you know what, make them crooked on purpose. Boo. Now we need, I'm going to get granny apple green, and I'm going to get pumpkin pie. I'm going to do the same thing. This could be stinking cute, you guys. Exactly, Jennifer. God, you and I are in sync this week, girlfriend. Boo, boo. Oh, that was a good witch cackle, hey? Okay, and one more. In the granny apple green. Yeah. Yeah, man. Boo, boo. Oh, I think I got a bit of orange where I didn't want it. Boo. That'll work. Okay. So now I can go ahead and peel and stick these. So of course you can have it whatever orientation you want. On my Christmas one I had the lines up and down. And on this one I had them up and down. Come on. This one's going to be side to side. Side to side. Like that. Excellent, Rebecca. Okay, so this is going to, I need a dimensional. Good Lord. I need a drink of water. Actually, I need a drink of wine is what I need, but my body is a temple starting today, yeah. As I said yesterday, I gained 4 pounds in New Orleans, and I am, Lord, where did I put them? I have 2 months. 2 months from today, I will be in the mountains at the Banff Springs Hotel in a posh outfit, drinking swanky drinks. And so I've got some weight to lose. I need to get back on track. So today is the day. I'm drinking my water, doing all the things. Okay, so I'm just going to put some dimensionals on these parts, and then I'm not even going to bother. Should I do a layer? Should I do an orange or a green? How about green? Yeah, this card is getting a little carried away now. Should I do like a green layer behind here? I think so, green. Great apple green. Yeah, I have some work to do on me because I need to keep everything in check. I'm still under the 200, but I crept up to, I think it was 198. When I left, I was 194, and I crept up. So time to get serious again. That's what it's about, right? Just keep, look at my little bats. So this needs to be 3 3/4. And remember, then the other side is going to be by 4. You go up 1/4 of an inch, 3 3/4 by 5. Go up 1 1/4. So this is going to go like this. Yes. Tape. It's chaos in here. I kind of like this though. I like when I can craft somewhat on the fly. I had a general idea of what I wanted to do, but I didn't know what the final product was going to look like, or project was going to look like. And this could go up on dimensionals too. You know what? Why not? All right. Sorry, I'm just reading the odd comment here and there. Okay. So there are still only four spots left in my stamp club. So if you guys are watching from Canada, anywhere in Canada, you can partake. I do have 2 people that are interested. So that if they say yes, then that means there are only 2 spots left in my 10-month club. Reader's Digest version, it's a purchasing club. You have to spend $30 a month. 1 month of the year, you get to be the hostess, and you're guaranteed minimum $35 worth of free spending. It's never been $35 in free spending. It's always been more. You get a whole bunch of free stuff from me throughout the year. There are draws. You're going to win product at least one 1 month of the year. You're going to win some product. You get free PDFs throughout the year. Every month you'll get free PDFs. Yeah, it's just a great way to get some stamping supplies on a budget. Okay, so these were cute, however I had them. Okay, so these are now stickers, so I need to peel off the backings. Yeah, so, and the first order is due on the 14th of September. So if that's something that interests you, message me. I have a bunch of links in my newsletter telling you how it all works and all the fine details. It's a great way to get some free stuff and be on a budget. I have a lot of demonstrators who are in my club, actually, even though they get a discount. So what they'll do is they'll spend the $30 for the club order, and then when the new catalog comes out and they have a large order to place, they'll place that themselves, and they'll get their 20 or 25% discount, 20 or 25% discount, whatever their level is at. You miss making cards. You should have taken some paper pumpkin kits, Mary. Okay, I kind of like this card, and I need a glue dot because this little hat is floating freely. I don't tend to send Halloween cards. Maybe I will. Aw, look at that. I kind of love it. 7:42. Do I have time to make another card? Of course I do. I like it. It's very full. Maybe I could have, I don't know. Anyway, cute. Okay, next one. Oh, there's another bat. Was that another bat? I do have another bat. 1, 2, 1, 2. Oh, Donna will kill me if I do a 6th bat. I don't want to upset Donna. Okay. I was going to show you how to do this card, but it's pretty darn basic and easy. So what I thought is we would do some embossing on vellum, because why not? And now things are probably stuck where they shouldn't be stuck. So let's get this out of my way. Let's see if I can make 3 cards in an hour. This is crazy madness, you guys. Ow, that was my knee. It's okay. Now, I was thinking of stamping snowflakes. So that I'm not quite ready for a Christmas card right now. I've done Halloween. What did I do? I did Halloween. What else did I do tonight? What was my first card? Oh, yeah, the scene of, okay, I don't feel like doing Christmas. So I was gonna stamp on the vellum, and they were gonna be snowflakes. And I'm thinking, no, I don't want to do that now. Now I think I just want to stamp this little guy, which is from a stamp set that I haven't used enough, the Splendid Thoughts. So we're going to do that. So I'm going to start by, it could be a shaker card. This is how shaker cards start. So I'm going to run this through the embossing folder. So this layer here is 3 3/4 by 5. And I use the square, one of the biggest square from my Stylish Shapes. Have I convinced you yet that you need the Stylish Shapes? Thanksgiving, Judy. Okay, no. Now I'm doing this. I'm moving on. Well, this could be, I don't know what this will be. Anyway, you need the Stylish Shapes dies. So this is going to go through the cut and emboss machine. As you know, I want to put it through at an angle like this, so it's not so hard on the rollers. So you don't want to put it through like this. Put it through like this, and then you won't get that ka-thunk, and it won't, break your wrist trying to put it through. So I'm putting it through at an angle. And this is what you would do if you were going to make a shaker card. You need to have a hole. And this might be a shaker card. Who knows how this is going to end? All right. Because anything can go on Check It Out Tuesday. So you're going to keep this. You're not throwing that away. You're going to keep that for something. She checks in the corner. So now we need a piece of acetate or window sheet or whatever you've got. Now, is this going to be big enough? I could rip this off. Sure. Must be big enough. Waste not, want not, right? So I'm going to have a piece of acetate, window sheet, whatever you've got. Somebody just messaged me. Okay. All right. All right, Edna, are you in the house? Edna, love you. I was going to message you, actually. Okay, so this is what's going to happen is my acetate is going to be behind here. Now that I spit on it. Now, I want to stamp on this and emboss it. Now, I've never done this before. This is a little terrifying. So, can you see this okay? Let's see. Shayla, you don't have them? You need them, my friend. Okay. So I want to make sure that this is going to fit behind the windows so that I know where I'm going. I want to stamp like here. So I need to keep that as a visual. So now I need to get out my Versamark. And I hope it's juicy enough. I really do. I never know. Maybe I should make it juicier. So here's my whatever it's called. Words are hard. My Versamark. And here's the refill. And so I'm just going to add a little bit because I don't want it to be dry. Not a lot though, because I don't want it to be goopy either. It stresses me out, you guys. It's why every time when I watch myself do I always see a hair? What the heck? Somebody's got to say, Tamara, before you go live, check your hair. What the heck is going on here? Okay. Breathe. All right. Now, I'm going to ink this up in my Versamark. I'm not going to use my embossing buddy on the acetate because it's going to leave a powdery white film, and I'm not comfortable with that. I don't want to. So I'm going to see what happens if I don't use my my embossing buddy thing. So I'm going to ink this up, and I can tell, yes, it is inked. Then I'm going to go like this, and I'm going to say, okay, if that's where I want the image, then let's just go about here. We're going to take this away, scooch that out of the way, and press down. Now, when you're stamping on acetate, it's slippery. No, Nikki, not if you're careful. Oh, Shayla, that's not good. Okay, so you can see, there's my image. I'm going to go in, I think I'm going to go with white embossing powder. So here's what we're going to do. Watch and learn. Where, okay, got this. Yeah, don't get excited. This is our small tray, and it's all I need. So we sell something now. There's the big tray, and there are tweezers. I need my tweezers because your acetate will get hot. I wonder, there are my tweezers, yes. And all the things, you guys. Again, words are hard. I'm going to put a piece of paper in here. I'm going to fold the piece of paper in half. And okay. All right, Marcella, I'll check that out. Thank you, Tracy. I will check it out. Yes, long distance, absolutely. Anybody long distance? Got all kinds of messages coming through. Oh. Alin, are you live right now? Oh, okay. No, okay. All right. Sorry, I'm getting all kinds of things. Okay. Anyway, I'll address that in a minute. Now, I'm putting this folded piece of paper in here so that when I pour my... Oh, that's not what I'm getting. Breathe. Okay, Alin, I see you. Yes. No, I'll answer that afterwards, Alin, okay? All right. So I normally just do this with my embossing powder, and I'll dump stuff back into the bucket. But if you have it in containers, what you can do is if you're, pretend this is in the container and you're pouring it here and it gets all over your desk or all over your tray. If you're just using a little bottle, good luck getting that back in. So if you put it in the folded piece of paper, then you can pour it back in your little tub. But I have separate containers for all of my colors. So you'll notice, okay, because I didn't use the embossing buddy, look at all the static that has come. Yeah, I haven't noticed you commenting, Alin, so that's weird. because I didn't use the embossing buddy, the static has it everywhere. So now I'm just going to flick it super hard. Get mean. Get your frustration out on that. Flick it as hard as you want. Get as much off as you can. And then I'm going to go in with my soft brush. And I'm just going to take off any extra that didn't get flicked off. Don't blow, because you're going to end up blowing all this other stuff. So I'm thinking maybe I should have used my... I should have used the embossing buddy, but that's fine. Yeah, I really should have. I'm going to blow, so. All right, now we're going to heat set this. Now, like Teresa, or not, like Nikki said, if you don't do this right, your paper will buckle, okay, and it'll melt. So one thing you might want to do is take your tweezers or whatever you've got to hold it, because the heat will get absorbed by the acetate. You don't want that. That's hot. Now, so the key is, it's going to be loud for a minute. You need to keep your tool moving, and I'm going to put it on the highest setting, but I'm going to not hold it too close, and I'm not going to do it in one spot for too long. Let me see if I can. I'll put down a piece of black paper so you can see what's going on, or green or something. The white's not working out here. Okay, so like this. All right. Okay. So we're just going to keep the tool moving. And I'm going to watch it. If you do hold it for too long, it will buckle. And it will ultimately melt your acetate. So you're looking for it to melt. And there it goes. It's already starting to melt. I think it's done. Okay. All right, yes. So I think I might be able to scrape some of this off. If I've got somewhere, you know those pot scrubbers? We used to have them, we used to have these application things for when we had vinyl, when Stampin' Up! Sold the vinyl. But hey, a gift card would work too. Could probably scrape off some of these little spots of flecks. Anyway, so there we go. We've embossed on here. Now, this is going to go, it could go on top. It's going to go behind though. Okay. Now I could make this into a shaker card. We'll see. I'm going to want some cardstock behind here. So I'm going to grab my, if I can find it, because it was here. I don't know where it is now. Splendid Day. For real, it was here. Where did I put it? There's my acetate. I had it. I was ready to roll. Just don't know where I put it. Splendid Day papers. Where are you? Oh, there they are. Staring right at me. Okay. So this is paper that coordinates with that stamp set. Okay. To answer your question, Lynn, no. But I'll message you after. All right, so these are the... Oh, that's what I was looking for. Okay, I was like, are these all foils? Okay, so one side is all foil. The other side are not. The other sides are not. Words are hard. So, but I was thinking, look how pretty this is. But then this is probably going to get lost. This is already kind of embossed. It's gorgeous. Why have I not used this yet? Okay, so now I'm thinking, no. What would look nice behind here? That's lost. That gets lost. Oh, that, okay. This didn't get embossed right here. Oops. Well, oops, I missed a spot. I could just do, well, this is looking pretty scabby. I don't like this at all. Yes, this is not a good image. I think I'm going to have to use the backs. Something like that. Or Ooh, that one might be. Is that one too busy? Does that one get lost? Kind of gets lost, hey? Okay, this isn't, the vision isn't coming to fruition. How about this one? That one's pretty. I like that one. Let's do purple. But this really bothers me, you guys. Like, do I have time? No, it's 7:55. Well, you get, okay, fine. So this, I'm going to cut this. Where's my Donna ruler? This paper is going to be 3.5 by 3.5. So let's do that. I don't like when I can't finish a card, so that you can see how it's all going to come together. However, okay, so this is going to go on my card base. Okay, now I've got paper everywhere. Clean up, Tamara. Okay. All right, so this I'm going to put on the card base. I need to make sure, though, that it's in the, sorry, I'm not even in the field of vision here because I moved my camera. Of course I did. Honestly. Struggle is real today, I tell you. All right, so if this is going to go here, then I need the papers to go here. Like that. Okay, so about like that. All right. Let's try that again. I'm going to just hold it with my fingers. Center the whole kit and caboodle right like that. All right, so there's that. It doesn't matter that it's crooked. It's going to be covered by that. It matters a little bit to me. I'm twitching. Okay. So we could pop this up. Yeah, let's make it a shaker card. So now I want to attach, there's not much space here though. When you make, yeah, sure. Fine. Let's do it. Where is my silicone mat? It's covered in dust. Oh my gosh, you guys. Oh, it's not liking that. It doesn't want to accept the tape. What am I doing? Is that the right side? No. That was wrong. That needs to be on the other side. It needs to be on the front, Tamara. Just put that tape on the wrong side. It needs, ah! This was not meant to be. Look at that gummy mess. This is going to pop up on dimensionals. This has to get stuck to this piece. And the dimensionals have to secure. Do you have time for this nonsense? I don't know if I do. I could trim this off. It doesn't need to be that long. It's revolting, actually. Just like that. Okay. Let's try that again. So we're going to put the tape down here. And I'm going to use, this time I'm going to use sticky strip. Yeah, it should be darker. It should. However. I'm actually going to put it right over here so that, but it's not a nice image. I screwed it up. Because it's not embossed very nicely, but anyway. Okay, so we're going to do this. And this has to get stuck here. Now, ideally, we want it to be stuck all the way around. Sorry, I'm not watching the comments. I know you guys have my back if there's a problem or a situation, because I've had some of you are private messaging me. That's okay. All right, so I want to make sure this is stuck down. So we'll take these off. I'm working up a sweat. We'll go a few minutes over time because it's 7:59. And I'm not going to love the final product here because this image is not embossed to my liking, but that's okay. I'll keep it as a sample. And I want to do one more little titch right here. All right, so now this is going to get stuck to this. Oh, and of course the tape is showing. Yeah, this is a bit of a gong show, you guys, because I can see the tape now. Anyway, this will be garbage. This is going to go up on the these things that I just ordered more of, the foam strips, and I'm going to make it into a shaker card. But this is the general idea. So I'm going to have a play with it because this is going to take way too long. It's 8 o'clock. But know that you can emboss on acetate. Keep it moving so you don't melt it. And I think it will look pretty. I'm just going to have a bit of a play, and maybe I'll use this image to mirror it, and I'll do a better job when I don't have so many eyes on me, okay? Yeah, Thanksgiving card might have been the choice. I know. No, I'm going to call it, Nikki. It's 8 o'clock, and you get the general idea. I'll keep playing with it in the next day or two, and I will post my final version. But let's look at what was a success tonight. So this one worked out well. And where's my purpley ones? This one worked out well ultimately. This is my original one. So let's focus on these. We'll focus on the wins. And this one, well, it's getting there. I just, yeah. I'm not happy with the way it's going right now. So we'll focus on these two, okay? So I'm hoping you learned something from that. What to do, what not to do. But hey, you got to try new things, right? Yeah. Okay. I will make this into a nice card. I will. Right, so I've got my club coming down the line. What else did I want to mention? My classes. So yes, I think this is going to be a bonus card to the Perched on a Tree bundle. So that's $100 long distance, $90 per pickup, and you get the stamp set and the dies. Now, that's the deadline to register for that is like September 19th to make sure it gets there on time. But if you're far, far east and you want in on it, you have to do it sooner than later because it takes longer to get down there. Walk away. That's right. Yeah. No, it's a good idea. I'll make it work, Jennifer. It's just you guys don't need to watch me flounder and struggle and redo it because I will redo this. I'm not happy with that at all. That's it. It's Tuesday. So pop in on Friday morning, 10 o'clock for Coffee Break, which is my virtual newsletter. I'll share all the stuff and things. And team, if you're on my team, we have a team social on Friday. Totally forgot. Yeah, surprising. I know. Wasn't in my calendar. I was planning to go for dinner with my friend. Anyway, thanks for hanging out with me, you guys. I hope you learned something new. We'll see you on Friday. Bye.